how to track down errors when they occur, and trust me, you will get errors. There's no getting around it unless you are a programmer macho supremo. Errors will occur, and that's normal and to be expected. The trick is how to find them when they occur. Now, they can occur in HTML, they can occur in your CSS, your JavaScript, the PHP, or the MySQL. And there are different places to look for each kind of error. Now, in the setup, it mentioned the web developer extension. You can see it over here. And if I click on this gear wheel, it's a little slow because the screencast is recording. Okay, this thing pops up, and then there's a link here to the HTML validator. Now, if I click on that, it's attempting to validate this code in this page, and boy, it really is sluggish when the recorder's running. But it turns out that the validator will not validate pages that are not at a public address. Now, this URL over here is not a public address. It's private. It's local to this machine. And here, okay, now it seems to be responding slowly, though. It's going to report that, yeah, sorry, this document cannot be checked. The IP address of localhost is not public. Therefore, for security reasons, validating resources located at non-public IP addresses has been disabled. So later we'll come up with a workaround for this. So we can't use that for the moment. But that would be one way to check to see if you have any problems and to make sure the page is clean. Now, the next thing that can go wrong, well, could be errors in your CSS, and that you might also be able to use the validator. Now, I think there's a way to validate your CSS in here. If we go back to the web developer, yeah, you can validate the CSS. Let's see what happens. And it's probably going to say the same thing. Okay, oh, unable to contact, yeah, see, it's a problem with, it can't reach this server, so that's not working either. But, well, we'll come up with another way to validate the CSS. Now, the third kind of thing that can occur is JavaScript errors. Now, if we go back to the source code over here, and I'm going to go to the JavaScript file and I'm going to break this thing. I'm going to change the name of this variable, just put XXX on the end of it, save it. Now let's refresh the page like so. Now when I press this button, nothing's happening. So how would I know what's wrong? I can't see any errors, but I'm not getting the pop-up message that I saw before. So if we go to the View menu, Developer, excuse me, JavaScript Console, we should see some error messages down here eventually. Yeah, and there it goes. There it is. It says I row count XXX is not defined, and it tells you what line number and which file it's in. So it's in scripts.js line 9, and there you can see the problem. So if we go back to the source code over here in gedit, take that off, save it, come back to the browser and refresh the page. And we're clicking on the console over here on the right. Okay, now if I click back on the button, it works and there are no error messages. You can ignore this warning here. It's got something to do with, I don't know what, but just ignore it. Okay, so that's one way to resolve JavaScript errors. Now, when things go wrong with PHP and MySQL, that's back on the server. That's not here in the browser. So, how to locate errors that might prevent the page from even coming back to the browser. If you go to the Finder, and we want to search for we're looking for the MAMP installation folder. So go to Applications, and here is the, boy, this really is slow when the screen recorder is running. Okay, here's the MAMP folder, expand that, and down here there's a log folder. And you can see error messages or errors that might occur with the Apache web server or the PHP engine or the MySQL server. So these are just text files, and you can open them up with any text editor. So for example, right click on the PHP log and open it with gedit. And there it is. Now it's got all this cryptic, scary stuff in here, but I don't think there are any errors in here. Well, there are. Yeah, before I was having problems, so this is where you would look to find errors that might be occurring with the PHP. Let's just close that. We don't need that. Okay, so let's go back to the browser. Oh, sorry, go back to the Finder. Yeah, so this is logs that are maintained by the servers, and you can check in here. So this is in Applications, MAMP, Logs, and then these 3 logs. So those are places to look when things don't go your way and you realize you're not macho supremo like most of us. Okay, good luck with all that, and we'll talk more about this in class. Bye.